Can you see the screen now? Good morning, everybody. Most welcome to this session with Daaji. Before Daaji's arrive, we would like to update you on some nice events and projects that will start soon and mainly next year. So I will now hand it over to Monique Gaven from Brats, who will speak about the winter seminar.
Yes, good morning, everybody. We would like to invite you to the newest seminar at Brasende. It started 29th of December. It is, like Daaji has announced, a very special year next year, and we can come here together to prepare the topics of the workshops, especially on cleaning and these new detox techniques. And of course, we have yoga every day and meditation satsangs. If you can't make it this seminar, you're always welcome to come because the ashram is open the whole year. We have twice meditations a day. So you're very welcome to join. Thank you.
Thank you, Monique. And I will hand it over to Marion to speak about the yoga teacher training course.
Good morning, everybody. So this is a presentation for the Heartfulness Academy, Yoga Academy training course, which will happen next year in Vratsand Ashram in Denmark. So this course, it's 6 weeks online, where you can start the course from your own home, and 2 weeks on site, which will be in Denmark. So you see the date for the on-site course will be from 4th of May to 19th of May. So this is a professional course, which will give you a certification to become a yoga teacher, which is recognized internationally, because we are recognized by Yoga Alliance. So this is a big opportunity. It's the first time we are doing it in Europe, and we encourage you to send someone from your center to have a yoga teacher in your center. Thank you.
Thank you, Marion. And now I will hand it over to Christian to speak about what's going on between Commonwealth, Kanha, and Europe.
Thank you, Monique. Yeah, good morning, everyone. So I present for Vishwas, who is a practitioner from UK and who has been organizing all this wonderful development. It's about the Commonwealth and its General Secretary, the Honourable Patricia Scotland. So she will be going to Kanha from 11th to 13th of January 2024. And it's really a big thing because the Commonwealth, it consists of 56 countries. It's 2.6 billion people who are, let's say, united in the Commonwealth through these 56 countries. And this lady is going to receive the inaugural Heartfulness Changemaker Award. She is going to assist in launching the major initiatives to commemorate the 125th birth anniversary of Babuji. And she's going to launch the 31st International Heartfulness Essay event together with Heartfulness. For those who don't know about the Commonwealth, I will read you the Charter of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth Charter expresses the commitment of member states to the development of free and democratic societies and the promotion of peace and prosperity to improve the lives of all the people of the Commonwealth. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. This will be the same date than Youth Unite. So it's a huge event in Kanha. And I'm sure that it will be wonderful opportunity. We are asked to that everybody on Zoom turn on their video, please, so that we don't have black holes. Thank you. And now I will hand it over to Maria for an event coming just before the celebrations in Kanha. So Maria, up to you.
Thank you, Monique. Hi, everyone. We would like to extend you another invitation. As Monique said, this is for an event, a retreat that is going to happen in Kanha next year, right before the Bandara. It's a 4-day retreat. Daaji kindly asked Vasco and myself to organize this retreat, which really aims to provide us the tools to start well the new year and finding more balance in turbulent times that we are all living, and also inspiring us to manifest our highest potential in the world. So we will be learning from Western latest advanced methodologies like presencing, polyvagal, about our nervous system, about IFS, our internal family systems that lives in our mind, and all this combined with the wisdom of heartfulness, of course. So this retreat will be suitable for both newcomers, because it will be able to introduce people to heartfulness as well, but also to Abhyasis and preceptors. And we are also very happy that Stan will join us as a guest facilitator. So just to say that you are all welcome, and I will add the links and contacts in the chat. So thank you so much. Thank you.
So this will bring us to the celebrations in Kanha, and to all these celebrations during the next year, 2024, which is a very special year. So we will have events, of course, globally and also in Europe. And I will now hand it over to Alain, who will present the UNESCO project and all the small projects going together. Alain, will you share your screen?
Yeah, okay. Good morning, everyone. So very happy to make this introduction about this program, which is going to happen next year. Yoga for Unity is a heartfulness initiative to bring yoga to every home around the world. And it will celebrate the 10 years anniversary of the International Yoga Day by organizing an experiential exhibition, which we call Master Yoga, which will take place firstly at the UNESCO headquarters in Paris from June 14th to June 23rd. So next year. This will be a first and a very unique cultural event between France and India. It will take place over 1,000 square meters, so 10,000 square feet, with 3 different parts: life and motion, the yoga potential, and inner ecology. There will be different masterclasses, 1 masterclass a day. The first one, the art of inner peace. Number 2, the yoga and the top level sport. Number 3, the yoga and mental health. Number 4, business and yoga. And number 5, yoga's contribution to science. There'll be also a writing and illustration contest for children aged 6 to 18 in schools. The program, actually, the idea of this exhibition is not a one-shot exhibition, but a journey. So it starts at the UNESCO, but it's expected to travel at the European Parliament, the UN headquarters, the Indian Council for Cultural Relations in Delhi, and the Olympic Museum in Lausanne. If you want to support the project, you can do it 2 ways. First of all, by proposing your skills and your time as a volunteer. You can send an email to contact@yogaforunity.fr. Don't worry, this deck will be shared by email after this session. You can propose your skill, your time available per week, and your language. The second way you can contribute is, of course, financially. We are launching the campaign today. The budget for this exhibition is 270,000 euro, and they are, let's say, dedicated to companies and individuals. If you're a French tax resident, you're able to do it with a special link. You can deduct up to 66% if you're an individual. What it means is that if you give 100 euro, actually your net cash donation is 34 euro because you can claim back 66 euro for your tax liability. For a Dutch tax resident, you can do a bank transfer, and for others, you can also do a bank transfer directly to the foundation which is organizing this event. Thank you very much. Monique?
I think that you can go on with the
Oh yeah, for the
Mind video. We have a very nice video to share testimonies on the Brighter Minds use with the kids in the French school. So French people will be very happy because it's all in French, and for the others it is subtitled in English. So let's share it. Thanks, Anna.
Yeah, so a short intro. So Brighter Minds is organized all over Europe. There've been more than 1,000 children who have participated to programs over the last 4 years. And it's organized in English and French. And indeed, we have a very nice video that we want to share in relation to a school, the first school in France, which received this program. And it's located in Limoges. And so let me quickly share the video. I'm very happy to share it. It's very new, very, very fresh. I'll share it my screen. Okay.
J'aime Brighter Minds parce que ça m'apprend à avoir confiance en moi et je me sens plus connectée à mon cœur. Brighter Minds, ça m'a donné plus de courage, plus de force, tu vois. J'ai plus confiance en moi. Et je suis mieux concentrée que les autres jours et plus d'énergie. Avant, je faisais beaucoup de cauchemars et depuis que je fais le Brighter Mind, je fais plus de cauchemars. Ça m'a détendue, j'ai trouvé ma lumière et j'aime bien.
Il y a déjà des changements qui se sont opérés assez rapidement, même pour ceux qui peuvent avoir du mal, pour qui c'est difficile de rester en place. On voit des enfants qui sont plus posés, qui s'affirment beaucoup plus, qui savent vers où ils veulent aller et pourquoi ils veulent y aller. Et du coup, ils sont plus sûrs d'eux. C'est inestimable chez un enfant, c'est chouette.
À la mise en place de Brighter Mind, j'ai été impressionnée par les résultats et je me suis dit, mais en fait, ça me parle, c'est tout à fait ça qu'il faut qu'on arrive à développer dans notre pays et qui n'est pas suffisamment pris en compte. Donc moi, j'ai envie de le prendre en compte dans notre école.
Brighter Minds, c'est une méthode innovante qui permet aux enfants de révéler et de vivre avec leur plein potentiel et de développer toutes leurs capacités cognitives. C'est un programme qui va amener aussi beaucoup de joie chez les enfants. Et les enfants retrouvent le goût d'apprendre, le plaisir d'apprendre, la joie d'être en société.
Il n'y a pas qu'une forme d'intelligence qui compte dans ce monde et je pense qu'on dévalorise un peu trop, peut-être, certaines formes d'intelligence qui sont pourtant des formes d'intelligence sociale, qui forment les compétences, qui forment la confiance, qui forment l'adulte de demain avec des valeurs. Et ça, en fait, ça s'apprend. Et j'ai envie de dire, on a tous un rôle là-dedans.
On essaye en tout cas de donner un maximum d'outils à nos enfants pour que plus tard, on se soit des adultes plus sereins et qui approchent leur vie d'une manière tout à fait fluide en fait. Et Brighter Mind, c'est l'outil qui nous manquait.
Ce qui m'a plu, c'est la multitude d'activités qu'il y a.
Il y avait de la gymnastique cérébrale,
De la danse, des exercices oculaires,
de la respiration, il y a du yoga qui réunissait tous les outils pour développer l'intelligence émotionnelle.
Les enfants vont développer des capacités de concentration qui sont vraiment étonnantes et ils vont pouvoir apprendre tout beaucoup plus rapidement et sans stress.
C'est une activité qui prend du temps, c'est 3h30 dans la semaine. En revanche, c'est du temps gagné parce que ça a un effet sur la lecture, sur l'écriture, sur les maths, sur la concentration, sur le vivre ensemble. Oui, ok, c'est un investissement de départ, mais on y gagne après sur le long terme, sur tous les autres domaines.
On a aussi développé des modules beaucoup plus courts qui permettent aux écoles de le mettre en extrascolaire ou entre midi et 2 par exemple. On peut créer comme ça une routine Brighter Minds qui permet aux enfants d'avoir des repères positifs au sein de l'école.
J'ai l'impression que c'est quand même lié au Brighter Minds et certains parents le remontent aussi des effets positifs là-dessus, c'est-à-dire qu'il y a une certaine harmonie qui s'est créée.
Tout le programme il tourne autour de ce développement de l'observation intérieure. On travaille beaucoup à l'aveugle, donc on met des masques sur les yeux des enfants pour occulter la vue. Pourquoi? Parce que la vue, c'est le sens qui est le plus stimulé et il est essentiel que les enfants apprennent à fermer les yeux pour pouvoir faire du calme à l'intérieur d'eux.
Il y a une intelligence du cœur. Brighter Mind, c'est un peu l'idée de retrouver ça, de se reconnecter à soi, de se reconnecter à son cœur et d'avoir de l'intuition, d'avoir de la connaissance de soi, la confiance en soi. Et ça s'apprend.
L'intuition, c'est la nouvelle compétence du futur qui va être essentielle aux enfants pour vivre dans le monde de demain.
De pouvoir le transmettre aux enfants à cet âge-là, je trouve que c'est une chance inestimable pour au mieux préparer leur avenir, tel qu'il soit.
Même si on est dans un système éducatif, on peut éduquer nos enfants au cœur. Et oui, j'ai envie de dire aux directeurs de toutes les écoles, ayez confiance.
Brighter Minds.
Thank you very much for this. Two things I want to conclude with this video. If you want to help and support the development of Brighter Minds in Europe, you will receive the presentation of Brighter Minds in two ways. Number one, if you know schools, of course, that want to benefit from this program, you can basically spread, communicate, and liaise with the team. And then the second thing is if you can like the video on YouTube, because the more we like, it is like this in our world, the more you like, the more you're visible. So you will receive this by email after this presentation. And thank you very much for taking the time to listen.
Thank you. And good morning, dear Daaji.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Maybe you could see this video on the start of Brighter Mind in school.
I saw. It's a lovely video. I mean, I'm so impressed. You guys can always do better than Indians. And so I'm so proud of you guys. It's very clean, very convincing video. Very nice.
And Daaji, today we welcome people from Africa to CIS and a lot of centers in Europe. So there will be several languages and questions or testimonies or whatever. But before, we would like to know what is on your heart, in your mind, when you are launching this special year of the 125th year anniversary of our dear Babuji.
Well, to all of us, Lalaji, Babuji, Chariji, all, they mean very special to us, and celebrating their birthdays, especially the milestone birthdays, 100 years, 125 years, 150 years, it just gives new spirit. Otherwise, every day is a spiritual day for all of us. Every time we meditate, we are celebrating our masters' lives. But this is something we all come together on a very special occasion. An idea did occur, and Babuji Maharaj okayed it, that it's a good thing to celebrate every day, 125th birth anniversary, in some form or the other. When I was discussing some ideas with healing ideas, one doctor, he formed a group of 360 degrees. And I was so impressed by the efforts by these volunteers that their spiritual abilities, their understanding is now percolating downstream Just as this spiritual ability, now we are able to share with children, and they are able to remain engaged with these activities instead of being diverted to other things that can spoil them. Brighter Mind is one exercise where they stay tuned into positive directions. Likewise, healing, not only healing after you fall sick, but how to prevent various things like obesity, how to prevent stress, how to prevent anxiety ahead of time. Prevention is a better measure than curing a disease. So with that in mind, we rolled out that program, and the way that gentleman, the doctor, he recommends once in a while you should go on a date with your master. And I like that idea so much that, invite the master. You can lit up your candle in your dark room and have dinner with him, alone by yourself or with your family. And just imagine that he's with you, and let Babuji also join you in the gang, and enjoy the party. Date with Babuji. So I like that idea. It's a modern concept, and people don't like to hear constant remembrance and all that. Nothing wrong with it. But this is something which even adults and senior abhyasis would also like to hear. Dating Babuji. It's a wonderful idea, I think. And those who don't like to do that way, you are free to. I'm not trying to say anything, because some abhyasis are very sensitive and they say, how can you date Babuji and how can you do this and that? And to me, dating Babuji means something very special. It's to some of you, you might say, oh, you're crazy, you are, So I leave it up to your heart. It's your choice. If you want, you can do it. If you don't want, continue with what you are doing. So there are many things that we have in the pipeline. Brighter Mind is for children, preventing certain health issues ahead of time. These are all social services. Some of you like to participate, you're most welcome. Those who have time and like to serve the society, community. Otherwise, your spiritual wealth, your spirituality, how are you going to distribute to the world? How are you going to showcase your character, spiritual aroma, spiritual flavor? How are you going to showcase your attributes, spiritual attributes to the outer world? We have to somehow get involved on a day-to-day basis, moment-to-moment basis, how we radiate that inner spirituality in our outer actions and thoughts. For example, when it rains, of course, we have multiple effects because of the raindrops. It cools down the temperature, it removes the impurities, brings the pollens down, smoke down, dust also disappears for that moment when it rains. It cleans the atmosphere. Secondly, over a period of time, seeds which were not exposed to water, they get water, they get nourished, and slowly those seeds will grow, becomes flowers, becomes seeds, and the life cycle goes on. The purpose of rain is not to cool you down. Of course, it's one of the primary impact of rain. Why am I sharing such an obvious thing? Because this obvious thing applies to all of us in our day-to-day life as well. When we meditate, it's like the raindrops falling in our hearts and making it tranquil, calmer, peaceful. It changes our awareness, makes us better. It depends on us how you want to grow your spiritual seeds. Are they manifesting in some way? Are they growing, or are we just happy, satisfied? Write a note, I had a thoughtless mind. I had a thoughtless condition. I felt so peaceful. Is it enough? It's not enough. How are you going to display it? How are you going to display it in your life? And that is what Lalaji Maharaj calls it as a character formation, akhlaq, how you behave, how we interact. The treasure we get, how are we distributing it? Social service, it becomes a voluntary, desirous, heartfelt action from our side. That's why Babuji used to say when somebody was boasting that I am serving so many people, I'm doing this and I'm doing services to blind people. So Babuji later on said, once that gentleman left, in his presence, he said, yes, you are doing a wonderful job. But when he left and he shared that, what nonsense is this? That is our job. That is our duty to serve the people. You can't say I did this and I did that. Don't speak, don't praise yourself so much. What you have to do, you continue doing it. It's your duty. Some abhyasis, they feel that, oh, we are going out of our way and teaching farmers how to do better agriculture. Why not? When we teach them meditation, along with that also, we are on a high speed, on an accelerated journey of improving both the wings of our life, material as well as spiritual. If you can help one become rich somehow, even in the material world, what is wrong with it? If you can put someone in business, find a good job for that person, why not? Spirituality is not the only thing that we like to offer. If you have the ability to make somebody a better business person, help them. If not with money, at least with some knowledge, practical guidance. And we can teach our younger children how to do business, how to enter into that, how to develop a professional career. These are very important things in life. Some are also saying that I am too much into relaxation. We are offering relaxation to people who are joining it for the first time. If you, as a seasoned abhyasi who have been practicing since 80s and 70s, you need not do it because you are a walking, relaxed person. Why are you getting so much tense about we offering relaxation? Relax. You should be more relaxed. You need more relaxation for your life. Relaxing is not hurting anybody. If you don't want to relax, you have your way. Children, they learn to relax because Babuji says children should not be taught meditation. And there are many children who love to learn relaxation. And you see the impact when children relax in a class, before the class begins in the school, or at the end of the school hour. Both times when they relax, their life changes. Their learning ability also improves. So we are not deviating from morning meditation, evening cleaning, nighttime prayer, constant remembrance. Doing extra is not a deviation from Sahaj Marg system. Doing extra only makes our master smile that, look, they have so much of interest. They're going extra mile to retain and teach others also the same thing. One gentleman has written me a long mail, and again, it's very specialty of European sisters and brothers. He has a problem with A-E-I-O-U. That I'm too much emphasizing on A-E-I-O-U. But may I request this gentleman, I would not recite the name of the person, but I hope he's watching this video. Refer to this book, Towards Infinity. And the very first knot Babuji describes towards infinity, where he described the first knot. And even from here, by reading this, I got the confirmation that A-E-I-O-U, it fits very well. Because how are you see here, Babuji says, the real state of enlightenment comes when we get into full consciousness of the conditions of the enlivenment, and after imbibing its effect, secure merging in it. In this very first sentence, he describes A-E-I-O-U. First he said, acquire the condition. Then if you want to develop further, you have the full consciousness of imbibing that condition, enlivening that condition, make it livelier inside. When you have peace in your heart, that's your condition. Enliven it further, make it more intense. Imbibe it, absorb it in every cell of your body, consciously, and be one with it, unite with it. So I am not polluting Sahaj Mark system. I am actually trying to make the world understand in a very simple way. And more questions are there from senior abhyasis than anybody else. They also have a problem with wellness. They say, why are you introducing asanas and all that? Again, read this book, Reality at Dawn. And I have spoken many a times, but you guys are wasting my time by complaining too much. Babuji says in the chapter Realization, under the Sahaj Marg system of training, we start from dhyana. Means we start with meditation, which is the 7th step of yoga. Fixing your mind on the point in order to practice meditation. To achieve this last stage, sages have generally advised the well-known Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Babuji starts with Dhyan. And he says the previous steps before Dhyana are not taken up. They are not taken up separately, but they automatically come into practice as we proceed on with meditation. They should automatically come into practice. What does it mean? Yama and Niyama. Does Monique know about what Yama and Niyamas are? So I have to teach her what Yamas and Niyamas are. That you have been practicing of donkey's years. You started with dhyana, but you don't know anything about yama and niyama. Yama means what is to be avoided. Niyama means what is to be embraced. It's very simple. Asanas are there to fix your physical health. Unless you are physically fit, how can you meditate properly? And your health can be improved considerably with just 5 minutes of proper breathing exercise. If all this can make our lives better, why not? And I'm not saying it. Gentleman whom we worship, adore, Babuji Maharaj had said it. He has certified it. And even if, let us see, even if Babuji says today that change the whole thing and adopt a different path, different ways of meditation. And he would not advise us to do something different unless it is necessary. So please be very confident. Very confident. And if you don't like it, you have written also, this gentleman says, I'm distancing myself because of this ununderstandable thing that you are approaching. I'm very actually intrigued and sad by such letters from senior abhyasis, actually. I smile at times and I become very sad also at times. Seeing all such things, these are simple misunderstanding. And why do you want to distance yourself from the mission and the master? If I was in a rude mood, I would have said, okay, go ahead, see what happens. You have the freedom. No one has enslaved us. Babuji has not put a chain all around us that you stay and listen. No. God has given us enough of freedom. Freedom to insult, freedom to love. Freedom to get angry or be grateful. It's our choice. It's only the grateful heart attracts grace. Ungrateful heart cannot attract grace, even if he is the perfect master. Even if you meet Babuji face to face and you have a great ungrateful heart, you cannot enjoy the grace nor the transmission. So we have to cultivate a right frame of mindset, right attitude. You want to learn something, not only learn something in Sahaj Marg, you want to become. And having become, transcend that becoming also. So that's all, Monique, I wanted to share. It's also good that such letters make me think that what is needed to be shared and fine-tuned also. So I'm very hopeful and sure that the person who has written to me has done a great service because he has spoken about it, which is good. Many people don't speak about it, but harbor such ignorance. So it's good that he has exposed himself in a loving way and he trusted me that he could express this misunderstanding so he can be cleared. And through his letter only, I'm trying to make this matter even clearer. Because I'm sure there are many who must be thinking, what the hell this Daaji is doing? Wellness, AEI, social services, brighter minds, healing people. They must be thinking I'm going crazy. But no, you stay busy with 3 things. It's enough. If you have time, do the rest. If you don't have time, you don't have to do extra thing. Okay. So let's go on with some questions.
Thank you, dear Daaji, for these reminders and adjustments. We received questions from, I would say, seekers or people who have some specific questions. So I will ask them to unmute and see. We have somebody who is named Telma from Cameroon. Telma, would you like to open your mic and ask your questions, please, from Africa?
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning, Daaji. My name is Thelma Adiang. I'm 33 years old, and I'm representing the Cameroon Heartfulness Mission. I have this very interesting question that I've been asking myself for quite a period of time. How do you know when you've actually discovered your soul mission?
You will never know the complete picture of the soul's mission or the goal. It's like when you are on a mountainous journey, you are only seeing the next step. Only when you reach to the top, you will see everything at the bottom. And there is a beauty to it also. As more and more layers of ignorance are removed, it exposes what lies beyond this ignorance. So there's a slow process. Depends on how fast we walk on this mountain. And especially when it's winter and there's a foggy weather, there's so much of smoke around, and you are driving very slow or walking very slow, you can hardly see 5 feet in front of you, right? So the spiritual journey is also like that. If I can see the ultimate from the very beginning stage, it will not be possible to comprehend. Babuji calls it as the cognition will fail. If the ultimate knowledge is brought to you instantly, you will not be able to comprehend it. Even simple questions like when someone asked Babuji, what is the ultimate goal? Can you show me God? Then Babuji had a very humorous answer. So he answered that, suppose I show you God, the ultimate. How would you know that's God? Right? So the awareness of the ultimate is not there before us. It comes to us as we move towards that ultimate state in an incremental way. How our consciousness continuously keep refining based on that, we get the perception in an incremental way. It's like you are on a ground floor, you are able to see something. You climb to the first floor, you are able to see more. You climb to the 12th floor, you are able to see a little more. You go on the terrace, you see much more. Right? And if there are buildings around your buildings, you can't see much. So life is like that.
Thank you for those words of wisdom. I have two more other questions. What is the most important thing, to love ourselves or to love others? And the last question, does love has its limit?
I'm losing your questions. What is he asking? Kanha.
What is more important to love, to know others, to know myself, or to love others?
Well, to first start, I think it's mutual. It begins mutual, but ultimately it is I who has to love. We make mistakes. You may begin loving, but then a time comes, oh, my boyfriend or my husband doesn't love me enough. Then you're in trouble, because though we expect, and the best thing is mutual love relationship where it reciprocates. But there are times when you love and the reciprocation is not there, and we close our heart and say, okay, I will not love anymore. Right? Then we are creating problems for ourselves. It's a tragic situation. The love must start from our side. I must love first. Chariji Maharaj used to say that when you are traveling in a flight, there is a sign there. Often they make announcement that when oxygen level drops, first you mask yourself and inhale oxygen, and then you do it to your little ones. If you cannot help yourself, how can you help others? If you cannot love yourself, how can you love others? Okay, what is the second question?
The second question is, does love has its limits?
You tell me. You already know the answer. Why do you want to make me say anything? Does it have a limit? Can it have a limit? Do you have children?
Not yet.
What are you waiting for? Then you would not know what love is and how far you can go. There is no limit to it. It's infinite. To me, love is akin to what godliness is, what divinity is. It's infinite. There is no limit. You cannot say, I will love only this much. That means you are reserved about your love. That means you're not loving. You have conditions. That's not love. That's business.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we have a question from Nilam. Nilam from Germany. Would you open your mic and ask your question, please? Thank you.
Vanam, Daaji. My question is it possible that thanks to the divisibility of the soul, the same soul divides and manifests on different paths and happens to meet to help each other in the same lifetime?
They rarely meet. To be in the same place at the same time, it's futile for the divided soul. They can be in Italy, one can be in India. They may, it's very rare that they would meet. Logically, when you think of it, it doesn't serve a purpose. Otherwise, why divide and be in multiple places in multiple time zones? Okay, Monique, one last question.
We'll try with Gadisha from Malden. I don't know if Gadisha, you can open your mic and ask one of the questions of the Malden Center in Netherlands. It seems it's not possible, so maybe I will convey a question that was written in French and was on how to overcome duality to move towards the inner unity. And the person knows that the answer is the practice, but it is not so easy. So would you have any advice to facilitate this?
To me, arriving at centeredness within, it's solution to many problems in our life. We all move from various levels of consciousness, from wherever we are at, and we keep on going inward, deeper and deeper and deeper, and moving towards the most central place in our being, our fulcrum. If we remain, let's say if there is the will, and will is centered, then it will move without any oscillation. It will not wobble. Right? If the will is on this, if it is centered on the periphery, then it will rotate like this, and it will be very disturbed, and it will create a lot of violent movement. So the person whose mind is always on the periphery, for example, on senses, on body, the bodily pleasures. You can see such individuals. They are so playboy-like, They are flamboyant. They are never settled. Even when they grow old, they never settle. They don't arrive at mental and emotional maturity, which automatically, naturally happens when we move inward. When our body moves away from the sensual, extraordinary tendencies of the senses, and as they are tamed more and more, we are able to focus more inside on what is essential. So from senses, from physicality, you move to, let us say, thinking, extraordinary intellect, and there you play around with your ego. That is also your identity but it is still at the periphery. Go in, play with your consciousness. And that's what most fun is. And then you rely more on purer level of consciousness. And then further, we go beyond all that, as Babuji says, we go what lies beyond consciousness, what supports that consciousness. So we go more and more inward and attain the greater level of balance. Okay. Now, if you're not centered, suppose if you're not centered within yourself, and let us say you are centered on someone, right? That someone will be then, it's like myself and someone else. There's a duality then, see? Even if that's someone else is your master, there is still some duality. There is still some love and hate relationship. How many times have you cursed Daaji, Monique? You had fought with Daaji many times inside your heart. Sometimes, oh, he's all right. And sometimes you say, to hell with him. This is duality. This is because you have centered your ideas on the master called Daaji. And you have at times, and this oscillation, sometimes you are centered on your husband, sometimes you are centered on your preceptors, the mission, the master. But your centering, if it is not within yourself, then you're entering into a problem. Moment you are perfectly centered in yourself, completely inside yourself, then you will be able to understand your preceptors, you'll be able to understand abhyasis, you'll be able to understand the so-called master, you'll be able to understand the whole universe once you have somehow fallen into that center of your being. And it is such a paradoxical thing that as we go inward, the consciousness expands without any limits. More you are centered, the limits, the outer peripheries will begin to dissolve. And since the outer peripheries begin to dissolve, there are no dualities left, then say. You are the one. Then you say, I am Brahman, I am expansion. That's all, my dear. That's all, everyone. And I think this last question has helped me a lot in understanding what ultimate Brahman is. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll meditate for some time.
Yes, please.
What time do you have now, Monique?
It's the morning in Europe, so we have the whole day.
No, no. What time is it now?
8:33.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So we'll continue meditation and I'll end it in some time. I'll announce. That's okay. Thank you. Let's all meditate. That's all. That's all.
Thank you so much, dear Daaji, for this wonderful session and meditation. Thank you so much, dear Daaji, and all of you for this wonderful session and meditation. We'll meet again soon. You got all these updates. And we have a good news also for next year for the European seminar. And I shall hand it over to Christian to